What's the problem with consumerism? Simply put, consumerism is nihilism. In my previous video, I described how popular entertainment like fantasy films, comic books, and video games function as proxies for legitimate archetypal experiences. They dull man. Consuming entertainment has a sedative effect. It has put mankind into a sleep of meaninglessness. The image of the consumer can be found in Nietzsche's Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Alas, there cometh the time when man will no longer launch the arrow of his longing beyond man, and the string of his bow will have unlearned to whiz. I tell you, one must still have chaos in one to give birth to a dancing star. I tell you, ye have still chaos in you. Alas, there cometh the time when man will no longer give birth to any star. Alas, there cometh the time of the most despicable man, who can no longer despise himself. Lo, I show you the last man. The last man lives the longest. He cares for his health, for equality. He takes his pleasures seriously, and his work and argument lightly, lest they upset him. He is happy. Happiness, comfort, health. These make for the pleasant death of human potential. In Capitalist Realism, Mark Fisher describes exactly this. Capitalism is what is left when beliefs have collapsed at the level of ritual or symbolic elaboration, and all that is left is the consumer spectator, trudging through the ruins and the relics. Yet this turn from belief to aesthetics, from engagement to spectatorship, is held to be one of the virtues of capitalist realism. In claiming, as Badiou puts it, to have delivered us from the fatal abstractions inspired by the ideologies of the past, capitalist realism presents itself as a shield protecting us from the perils posed by belief itself. The attitude of ironic distance proper to postmodern capitalism is supposed to immunize us against the seductions of fanaticism. Lowering our expectations, we are told, is a small price to pay for being protected from terror and totalitarianism. It is no mistake that Nietzsche describes humanity's means of actualizing itself as a bow. Nietzsche describes the bow as something that the fatal abstractions and ideologies of the past drew back and loosed, the arrows being the terrors of the 20th century. Today we have unstrung our bows and turned swords to plowshares, only to find that our soil has become poor and exhausted, and no lofty tree will any longer be able to grow thereon. Consumerism allows us to survive, but not to grow, to overcome, to achieve anything beyond what we have. We are amusing ourselves to death, never to strive for experiences greater than the next cool superhero movie, or the next video game, the next little high. How do we draw the bow? While it's beyond the scope of any one YouTube video, I hope that I can offer a bit of insight into a way of applying meaningful philosophies and practices into your life. In the last video, I described weightlifting, meditation, and various sports as a means of getting closer in proximity to masculine archetypes, and many found this to be a dissatisfying solution, perhaps because they only look at the physical and not the spiritual physic that must be endured. The only way to draw the bow is through making life into a piece of art, to make it supremely meaningful, to not live through proxies, but to experience for yourself the height of human greatness. The last men ask, what is love? What is creation? What is longing? What is a star? And so we must learn again what love, creation, longing, and stars are. In my personal journey, I have found the work of Nietzsche, Carl Jung, and Aleister Crowley. They illuminated these questions and have brought me many of the insights which I have tried to share through my channel. You too will have to find for yourself the ideas and feelings which set you soaring and allow you to once again dream impossible dreams, to see just how empty modern life is becoming. I invite you to learn with me, to seek greater heights, to take on feats beyond what you have, to overcome. Clearly, memes have brought many of us together. My interest in them has never been a question of humor or amusement, but rather a desperate need to know my fellow humans. Anything that catches on can show us what is meaningful. And in this way, entertainment is not all bad, but like any addictive drug, it's very difficult to get off of it and return to yourself. I will end this video with one of my favorite quotes from Jung. The energy of the central point is manifested in the almost irresistible compulsion and urge to become what one is.